and I'll pull you up. Isn't this the right way to do it?
Yeah, this is the right way to do it.
So is this recording?
Yep. Okay, number one, Sikaflex, a whole lot under here, so that sits on top of the Sikaflex.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Fantastic.
That'll eliminate one problem, even if it is a good insulator.
Yes.
So it could be a good insulator, we don't know, but if it's not,
The Sikaflex will at least assist straight away, won't it?
Yes.
Will you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so you're fully understanding
I
that?
religiously use Sikaflex from the start.
And what sort of Sikaflex is it?
291.
And is it marine grade?
Now let me tell you something, I went and bought it a couple
Why
of
aren't
weeks
you
ago.
using silicon?
Because it's a conductor.
Thank you. Good.
But
Excellent.
I bought black Sikaflex by mistake.
Did you?
And I opened
Did it stick
up,
to everything?
and I was swearing all the way back down to the store to go and get some white stuff. Now this one.
Now, what do you got here? Describe it to me.
The center cathode, which I had before,
It's really too small.
is really too small. Number one, the bolt being wedged in there,
Yeah.
the current doesn't give the current enough to contact, spiral, whatever.
Describe why is that?
Because that's only pressed in there. It's only
Pressed
resting.
in? Right.
It's only resting.
Not one solid object.
It's not a solid object.
Okay.
If
So does that make sense to you now?
it was welded.
Okay. Would you
or-
describe that again to somebody?
Yes, I could.
Okay. Good. So where are you going to make the
Okay.
centre cathode now?
So I'll get it.
Okay. Love.
I'll get it, say 10 or 15 mil thick piece, machine
Just
it.
grab hold of that for us. And I'll just go and talk to Joe for a second.
10 to 15 mil thick. So let's say in this example, I'll press fit it in there, and then drill me hole, tap me thread in, and screw it in. And I'll probably even put a weld around there just for insurance wise. But he
did say you could weld a bolt too, didn't he?
Yeah, but he
Weld
said
them.
that's the idea when you arc the two terminals to get rid of the, what do you call in the metal? Once you've done welding or anything, you can get negative and positive, just go click, get the next one, negative and positive, go click, and it gets rid of whatever magnetism is
Yes.
from the welding.
Yes, I've heard that before.
Well done. Thanks, mate. All right. Appreciate it. Okay, bye. That was Joe just saying that he's got to slip downtown, but he'll be back at 3:30.
So that's paused. Oh,
Which is his camera?
Yep.
Did he make a mistake?
No.
You sure?
Well,
You better tell me, because I wasn't listening.
All
I
right.
say no to everything, you'll be right, won't you?
I basically said, say 10-15 mil thick spacer in there.
Sorry, why?
Not a spacer,
Plate.
plate in there,
No, on there.
on there.
Welded.
Welded onto this outer edge.
So let's say
So
that's
that-
a plate, we put it on the outside of it, not on the inside flush.
Yeah, it's got to be on the outer edge. So if this is the outside, it's coming to the outer edge and being welded.
Okay, well I would have made the mistake and slipped it in there.
Thank you. That's why I asked you to do it, so that we could check it again.
Okay, doesn't matter what thickness.
I don't care what thickness.
And then tap a
Give
hole
it the
through
give it the length of the spacing. 3 holes is good.
Yep,
All right. If you put 3 holes in, you've got circulation of the water through the centre,
yep,
and the centre water is neutral,
yes.
and it should be clean.
It is, it is.
All right.
Never sediment in there.
Yeah, fantastic.
And I can still tap a hole through the centre of it, or would I be better off welding the rod
plate.
onto it? What would you prefer?
I'd put the rod
Yeah.
directly onto it.
So weld it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And machine the rod or the bolt so that it's smooth. It's not doesn't have sharp edges on the bolt.
No spirals.
It can have the spiral.
On the outside, maybe?
It just can't have at the bottom of a bolt
Yeah.
is normally the nut, and the nut where you're welding it is that surface there, which has got sharp edges on it.
Round them off.
Round them off. Just machine them off so that it's nicely curved across.
That's amazing.
Sharp edges concentrate.
Sharp
the
edges
magnetic
take.
field.
Sharp edges are what are known as van der Waals forces.
They direct the
And within static and within electrostatic processing, van der Waals forces are working at right angles. And they love right angles, and this is the wrong right angle to be at that point.
There's so much stuff that we haven't heard on the net. It's
Okay,
just so
well look,
much.
I'm not on the net normally.
No, but
All right,
you
I've
know
only
what
just
I'm
come alive again.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
all this stuff could be stopping us, and would have been stopping us for the next few
These
years.
simple little
if we
things.
didn't-
Okay,
That's what I've
does this make sense to you now?
Yes.
Describe it to me one more time, because I'm as dumb as dog shit. Oh no, just check his foot again.
All right.
What are you going to do?
once we
pull that out.
weld that,
Yeah.
that
To the bottom of that.
to the bottom of that,
Yep.
take all the sharp edges off that,
Yep. Good.
and we can make that smooth.
No, leave it right.
Leave that.
It's
leave it
it's beautiful.
But this spacer or plate has to go on the outside bottom, like that, and then we weld it on. And
It's got to fit neatly to the outside edge.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we can drill 3 holes in to let the circulation.
Yeah,
happen.
allow the circulation down through the centre. Yep.
And
Job's right.
yep, zap every plate again.
Yep. The only other thing, if you wanted to, you could drill a hole in the side.
Yep.
Do not use anything that's been welded or cut or drilled with mild steel. It will contaminate. It has
It's got to
impregnation.
be stainless.
Use stainless.
At
Clean.
316 if you can.
If you can't do it, take it to a machine shop that is working with stainless all the time and ask them to do it. They will do it for you. Might cost you a few dollars, but it's worth the bloody hassle, guys.
I can lathe it. I just got to get someone to TIG it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's
So
wonderful.
are you happy with that?
Absolutely.
Why are you smiling? Yes!
This bloke here is going to get his head
Ah.
all the way home.
Is
He
that
almost
right?
lost his face on the way
Look, his
there.
hat's fallen off already.
All right, so we just
What time is it?
For you, Kath?
we just got to basically talk about the charging process.
Well, I want to see it if we can. I don't mean to push, Peter, but I just love to see it. I love to be able to see with my own eyes and go, now I know what I'm looking for.
Right, okay.
Because I've gotten to what I think is stage 2 before.
Yeah, forget about stage.
Stages? Just forget about stages?
Yeah,
See,
sorry.
that's what I need.
Whoever told you about stages, mate, they're a Cobb and Co.
Friggin'
And that's a
Alice.
little bloody long way back. Sorry.
You're right.
If I don't tell you it's in that mode, I think you'll get lost in it.
No, that's fine.
You know, and we're looking for a stage coach. You know.
Now we can put a flat piece on the top.
We can put a
don't
flat
want-
piece, round piece, green piece.
I
It
understand.
can even be a blue bucket. Well, I've been shown.
Seriously.
These hands were in a blue bucket once, you know.
The cone's not important.
It's better.
It's
It's better.
spiralling energy.
You're encouraging the energy to go in a certain direction by
Yeah.
coning it, eh?
If you've got it and it's within 3 metres of you,
You got it. Use it
It'll
upside
work.
Down.
That's a clue.
Use it upside down and no, you can't.
of course you can.
Yeah, that's a clue.
Yeah.
You could use it upside down. Just-
Hey, look, it's there. I told you, it's within 3 metres of you right now. All right?
all around us.
That's unreal.
This guy.
All right?
All right.
Just a matter of observation.
So when I run I know the vacuum thing. When I run the aluminium,
You only require a vacuum initially.
Yep.
That's just to energise the cell. Be like Joe.
Well,
Joe just states you don't even need it under vacuum. You can just run it straight into the engine.
12 mil spacing between the aluminium tube and the manifold.
It's always good to give it a spark gap. That's what that is.
Spark
A
gap.
spark gap. Sometimes it'll be more than 12 mil. Might be 3/4 of an inch.
Yes.
Might be 30 mil. All right.
Aluminium
Give
tube.
it
doesn't
the
matter.
yeah. Aluminium tube
As
works
long as it's not
beautifully.
Copper.
Do not use copper
Yeah.
or bronze.
Crystallise.
It will make copper oxide, beautiful
Could the
crystals
top
inside
of
of
the cell, Could the top of the cell be aluminium?
it. Oh,
Stay stainless.
stay
then
stay
go-
with stainless.
and then join aluminium to the
Yeah.
key piece.
That's
Yes,
it.
All right.
I was wondering if we have another look at Berthy, is it?
Bertha.
Bertha.
Oh, you're really bad there.
No, Bertha.
No, you either call it by a name properly, mate. It's a point.
Can you have a flexible?
Through the base.
That just gives you your current to your inner,
Yep.
And
That's the cathode.
and this is touching the outer,
Yep. Which is positive.
Which you, where do you shove him on again? Just
Anywhere you like.
Anyway, just touch him.
Oh,
you,
Darren.
only, you only need him on there to get him excited, and
Yeah.
then you take him off.
It's better to clip it onto here. In that you're wanting the positive to actually reach the inside.
Don't,
Right.
don't hook up the positive like that on the top like I used to do.
Right.
You only hook it from the outside.
From the outside, yeah.
But always put negative first on.
Must be first on negative
And what's been your
and last off.
what's been your experience in exciting it? How long have you excited for? And
About less than 2 minutes.
wow,
We're
it's
gonna-
just so simple, isn't it?
Well,
It's going to get Pete to show us.
just do it.
Joe will Pete. You're going to show
Oh,
us?
no, we'll get Joe to do it. We'll go to the fucking expert, mate, you know.
Expert, X and unknown quantities.
Yeah.
Spurt, something that
A drip under pressure.
something under pressure. Yeah.
We'll put him under a lot of pressure. We'll tell him we're not going to film him. We're just going to...
He's back.
Did you get it all done?
But after all that, they're going to deliver it. He hasn't had time to cut the sheets, so he's had to
So that's
deliver
just
it.
you've just threaded that in there. You can take it out, put a cable
I
on
didn't. I hadn't had to do anything. It was already done.
It. Wow.
If you do it properly, all of the components should be within your 3 metres.
What was
you
this?
decide to do it.
Can I ask?
No idea. Don't care.
Just was perfect. You looked at it and said, "That's
Yeah,
the Joe."
that's what I want.
Peter?
Yeah. And then I made these other components.
When we've seen Joe, we come back here. Can I just quickly relate to you the charging process
Make sure
Yeah.
you've
and
got it
just
right.
make sure I got it right?
I'd like to hear that. That'd be
Yeah,
good.
just what you did before, and that way I understand it, and yeah, that'd be good.
And then that's totally sealed and unvacuumed.
Yeah.
It's almost like it tries to pull the air, but instead of pulling the air, it pulls the engine.
Pulls. Yeah.
The static
it pulls.
spark. Or
Yeah.
spark.
It creates its own energy within the cell. What I was just showing before.
Have a look at this
Glass
thing.
one. Ooh.
Yeah, this is another
You've
good
got
little
to come
one.
and leave your van out to my house for a few days.
I could. Could I do that for you?
Yeah, good, yeah.
Whatever works. There it is there.
You can just watch it. Isn't that great?
So you can actually see it in operation.
See, now I'm starting to think of a lantern. You can get a lantern and put a cell inside.
That's what it reminds me of.
That's what it's like, isn't it?
Yeah, is this on a little O-ring or something?
Yeah, they're all
clamped
sealed.
together,
Yeah. And if it doesn't work on that side, it will work on that side. You can still see it.
Wow.
And that will marry up to one of those other tubes that I showed you there before.
Yeah.
Yes? Do you agree?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Alright. And if it doesn't marry up to that one, it'll marry up to that one and another one. And,
You can tell a man's not theory. It's all practice.
Bloody.
you know, if you want to do it, just do it.
All milking machine fittings.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was at a farm just the other day and thought.
Don't use any milking machine fittings from casino.
He was,
'cause I want it.
he was telling me that apparently.
And this here is the heaters. Right? And that's your heaters.
Wow, doing
Right.
without it.
And that, if you turn the steering, will attach to it when you turn the steering.
Want me to turn the steering?
And, no, you're right. And that is the water. Got it? And this is metal. Why isn't the engine changing pitch? The other thing is too that if I put that screwdriver into there and I tap that,
Oh.
only if I'm touching the car. Now, which I was touching the car. Now, and I didn't have to get very far away, did I?
Can you tell me the
Now.
battery again?
If I go to that and make it jump to the body, and I touch the body, guess what?
Don't you have?
I don't get
What
kicked.
kind of thing is spark there?
Look, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Underneath.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put it on.
okay, here. There. There's a rubber insulator.
Look at that.
Right?
Oh, that's amazing.
And there, look. It's okay, and I don't get kicked. How come? Because if I touch there, I get kicked. How come?
I'm kicking him.
Okay? But,
Yeah, it's right on the camping end.
yeah, look.
Got him.
Oh.
Got him. It's a good kick. You'll
Make
end up over there.
Get
Okay?
back to side. I want to. Oh my goodness.
Negative. And I don't get kicked. No. And, yeah, that's all right. And positive, and I don't get kicked. And
I've got to see that. I've got to see that.
it's being attracted into the battery down those holes.
Wow.
Do you know why cars don't run on hydrogen and oxygen?
Why?
Because they're sticking it in that engine and driving that spark to it and it won't ignite. How come?
12-year-old kid
Wow.
was
It's like saying,
putting water in the battery for his mother. Oh, I think it might have been a gel battery, I'm not sure. But anyway, he disconnected one of the terminals and it sparked, blew the bonnet clean.
None of these things going to the engine, none of these things going to the engine have actually affected the engine yet. And they're going to the engine. Now, here is a water line. It's going in there, going up there and jumping out there to the metal. That,
Oh, I can see it.
that is not
To rubber.
an insulator.
There's a bit of rubber.
That
Yeah,
is
not
a
bad.
conductor. That won't do it.
So that's a useless insulator, isn't it?
No, that's rubber.
Yes, right. Right. And this is the bottom radiator. And they're supposed to be for AC and DC, any voltage or amp. That is supposed to be a, that is a conductor. And that is a conductor.
They're all conductors.
Does he check the tickets, Joe?
Yeah, right. Now, the coil.
Conductor first?
We go to other spark plug leads, and why isn't it crossfiring?
Why is it?
It's going into them. Why isn't it crossfiring? It's going into the other leads. It's not crossfire. Now we go to the coil.
Look at that.
And it doesn't blow the engine, doesn't change it. Now these are the electrics to the computer going in, and that is insulated wires with tape around them, which is insulation, and also an insulation corrugation around. And
Convoluted.
Convoluted, you
Thank you.
Now, this happens to have nothing in it, which is the other side going into the air. And that is attracting it, and it's not doing anything to the engine. You got it? And they're insulated. You know, Grant.
Well, that's a
Right.
Is it? Are you wrestling against something on the water?
He wants to see if it's going to conduct it or not.
So it's not
Going
insulated.
around it.
Going around it.
Going around it.
Going straight from the thing. Same as this one here.
No, it went around it, Joe.
I know, but it's still,
All right.
there's no water on the inside of it. It's conducting. Why is it conducting? Because it's iron based.
So you're saying if water went through this,
Water goes through it. This is what happens.
even if this comes in,
Oh. So that's going in, look. That is going in. Not along. Oh no, didn't kick. Look.
It's not going around it and you get electrocuted.
That's it. And that is for
Put on the
AC.
aircon.
Enough and that. Turned off for a second. I just don't want to show you something else.
I don't want to show it.
Something else.
You want to show something else?
No, I just don't want him to see something else. Okay? Now, don't go away. Now, this is a separate
turn it back on
unit
again.
altogether. The air conditioning has nothing to do with the running ability this engine does. And all those other components what do have the ability to make this rotor run or not, never got affected by this spark, did they?
Nothing was affected.
No. Start the car.
Turned on.
Should the kill trim be touching the car? It won't hurt.
I'm touching the car.
Too late, it's hurting.
Okay? Now, these are electrical sensors, and they're going into the insulation. You got it? And this is the kind of stuff that you were just playing with, and where's it going? You got it? Now, this is something that nobody's seen before, and I want answers for it. If I put this onto the insulation, did the engine change pitch?
No.
If I make it spark, it's conducting in. Did the engine change pitch?
Well,
So really, the air conditioner really doesn't have anything to do with the running ability of the engine, does
doesn't
it?
look that way, no.
Watch.
Oh, she's stalled.
Start it.
you want to start it again?
Start it.
Turn it off.
I didn't blow the computer. I didn't blow the alternator. I didn't blow the battery. Watch. The motor's still going.
Yeah.
What's the colour of the spark? Bullshit. The air conditioner just stopped the engine.
What colour did the spark go? I don't know.
Not going to tell you.
Was it
Look
blue?
on the video.
It was yellow and blue.
No, don't worry about it.
My battery's going to...
Wait until he gets a really good hold on.
Is your battery holding out? Mine's going.
That's alright.
See ya.
There's what has the air conditioner got to do with the running ability of that engine?
Nothing.
It's got a stop ability.
Yeah, without a blowing ability to the computer.
But notice it only happened when you
it's
built the arc up and got a certain distance
So
from
it'll still
it.
go through
1
that.
inch.
1 inch. You built the arc up. That's why the colour's
says
on
it's
it.
just drained the power on
That's
it.
what I thought.
No, did you know that engine there will not fire on yellow spark?
Could you try something? Would you put...
Petrol and air will not fire on yellow spark.
Right.
You get blue to purple, it fires the engine.
Which are higher,
It's a right
higher.
frequency.
Oh, I see. So as you're moving that
Fire
out,
in
the
the
spark's going
ultraviolet
yellow.
light.
No, as I got it closer
Got
to
blue
you.
and killed
As
it.
soon as I went to the same spark as what the engine needs to make it run, it shut the engine down.
It took the...
Don't think that you can.
So it
Don't
took...
think that you can understand it yet because it hasn't got an understanding there yet.
Was it draining what normally was keeping the engine turning over, draining it to here? And that's why the engine died.
you can pull off any other spark plug lead there and everything else, and it doesn't take the spark away from any other cylinder. It doesn't change the computer. It just doesn't change any of the sensors on this motor. It doesn't change the battery. It doesn't change the alternator. It doesn't change the regulator. It doesn't change the distributor timing, the frequencies.
Nothing. But if you had you
How to stop the engine?
When you did that there before, you didn't try and build your arc up, pull it away and see if it died, did you? It wouldn't work.
Pull them on and off. I just take them right out and right back in again, and it's blue.
When you get to 1 inch, it didn't kill it. Only with the air conditioner.
Yeah, why? Air conditioner's accessory.
I don't know, unless the air conditioner. Well, that's what we've always been told an air conditioner's accessory, but.
What kind of stuff is inside there?
Isn't it under vacuum?
Oh, there's gas. There's a gas inside the air
It's
compressor.
a liquid while it's in there.
But yeah, right. You're right. It's
A word you never heard of. What's ERT?
ERT. Never heard of it.
Sorry?
What's
ERT.
ERT?
Oh, sorry.
ERT. The letter H left off here.
That's close.
Cousin to inert.
Opposite to inert.
Quick, turn this on and say.
No.
ERT is opposite to inert.
Yeah, that means that
It's
motor
called
runs
out ert.
petrol in that engine, you would call ERT. And that gas, what's in there is inert, which is non-lightable gas. And in that battery has hydrogen and oxygen.
Which you would say is inert. Which is
not-
Nobody else would. Nobody else would, but with that spark, I won't like it. These idiots are out there trying to put that kind of stuff down into the engine and stick that spark to it and see if it's going to go bang.
Yeah.
But nobody would be stupid enough to go and stick that kind of spark into a battery.
So what has happened when batteries have blown? Somehow or another they've done something different.
The DC
DC
charge, what's going into
charge.
them, either the plates on the inside short out and you put too much charge in, they build up and they arc out and they go bang from DC charge, or else somebody touches those two across, which isn't the same spark, which is in that lead.
The lead is an AC.
The lead.
That's some of the orange cake. It's been destroyed.
Oh,
It's orange cake.
yeah,
I
mate.
don't
of
know
this-
what the spark
If you
plugs
don't
do.
have
You know how to
You
win
know
it.
AC
Hey,
won't fire petrol in there either.
that'll keep him
The
quiet,
spark
Joe. Put a
plug
bit of
is-
that in your mouth.
No, it's got egg.
No.
Ask my
Can't
wife's
eat
got
it.
egg in it. Has it got egg in it?
Yeah, I'm allergic to sulfur. The
Yes.
the inside of the engine has a spark plug there to take the AC, and when it jumps across from the positive to the negative, which is ground, it converts it back to DC. And when it converts it back to DC, because that spark doesn't ignite the flame of petrol in there, or whichever one runs the engine. And when it jumps back, it converts to DC, and DC fires the engine. So what do you got the spark plugs there for? Don't know. What do you got the AC there for? Don't know, because they never did in the early days. They never had points, condensers, coils, or flaming spark, and they never had spark plugs or anything else. They used to have a DC magneto. Not the magneto you know today, what kicks you. They had a direct DC magneto. You can hang on to, never felt a thing. And they took one wire off that, and that's all it had, and they used to screw it onto any part of the engine anywhere, and every cylinder from 1 up to 12 cylinders used to fire with no spark plugs. But government don't like that. So they took that away, and the only ones who have that DC magnetos now is the Air Force and the armies and all that. And they use it for out in the bush for flaming, sending their radio signals and everything else right across the whole world without any interference. And they know they got a DC magneto, but they never tell you that you ever had one, could ever make one.
Can we tie that into diesels? Because I mean, they don't have a spark. How does that? How does it affect the whole diesel industry?
Can you stick water down the throat of a petrol engine?
Yes.
Can you stick water down there? Small amounts.
Yes,
Can you
can.
stick the garden hose down there and turn on full bore?
No.
No.
course you
Load of
can.
rubbish.
Okay.
How much water can you put into a diesel motor without bending the conrod and pistons?
None.
Smash them.
None.
Why? Because the diesel motor it creates a hydraulic lock, and that electricity takes away hydraulic locks. You can grab the garden hose down there, shove it straight down that throat. All you got to do is bring the revs up a little bit because it's too wetting agent.
Yep.
Bring it up in revs a little bit and everything else, and you can put
Can
it
I
on
go now?
full board. Bye.
Is that okay with you?
Right, bug off.
Right, thank you.
All right.
You've got to get a copy to Joe, that's
Go
all.
with you. Joe, great meeting you.
So send it to me and I'll just put it on the
You
computer.
see, it's what we're trying to put into engines and everything else. You're trying to make a burn. What are you trying to do? How are you trying to do it?
Okay, yep.
Where you're putting it in, you're trying to put a gas into there, you really need to. You're trying to charge the air, you're trying to charge them. Well, if you're trying to do any of them,
Thanks, Joe.
there's
And
a
I'll
new one
drop
for
you.
you. See that? Every day's a new one for you. What are you trying to do?
Blow it up.
See if that air conditioner and that stuff in there had nothing to do with the engine, it couldn't stop it. Couldn't kill it. And if it was shorting out to kill it, no computer now, no battery, no alternator, no diodes, no nothing. Guess what? Car's still runs. So it didn't short anything out. It just took the firing ability of the engine and said, you're not firing anymore. But the air conditioner has nothing to do with the engine.
Unfortunately, I've got to go.
Okay.
Good, David. See you again.
You're going
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with him. Yeah.
I like
It's freezing cold. Okay? Freezing cold. Okay? Okay? Have a sip.
Still smell of ginger beer.
Not too much of it.
They're water.
Yeah, I believe you. Go on.
It's water. No, I'll testify.
Oh.
That's an old trick I learned a long time ago.
This one here has got
Absolutely, that's
it's
water.
got a more of a positive charge than the other one. See the difference?
Right,
Okay.
put it bigger.
I'm just going to put a little bit of this in here. You don't want too much. And so on. And
That's water, is it?
How did you-
have you got it? Don't touch. You'll kill this.
I won't.
Okay?
After
It's water.
baby out, we've still got to check everything
It's water.
inside.
Okay.
Now, did you just drink that?
Yeah.
No, did you?
Yeah, they
Okay.
suck out all the.
That's got a slightly more negative charge, hasn't it?
Now, the thing is
It's sort of stopped bleeding
that
for 4 weeks.
it's okay for a sec.
Probably not
If
even
we
that.
go here,
It's just sort of spotting from about
1,
the third week.
2,
Second week,
3,
it's more spotting.
4.
That's silver spoon.
Silver. And then
Yeah. Oh, Baba.
Oh dear.
I put the sheet
Back
up
to
and
back.
he was sitting
You're right.
beside me. And
Put it out.
you were expecting it to light, didn't
I
you?
don't know what to expect.
then after
You were expected it to
I
light, didn't
expect you to
you?
explain to me when we're finished, that's all.
Right. You know what
How
happened to
come
it?
just that water puts it out?
You know what happened to it? Somebody got on a bit too close with their energy fields, which is going to happen to these cells.
Sure.
head out
Okay?
and then
So there's truth
You
to
will
the fact
kill
that
cells.
energy cells can be, and when they're unstable.
and down and lifted him up. And they handed him to him.
People's bodies interfere with these.
What voltage is that?
Go out.
It did.
It's terrible, isn't it?
But,
It just
Is that a
goes out.
light? No.
It's not a light. Isn't it? No, it's not a light. Okay, it's not a light.
He touched it, then be
Well,
careful.
it's a light.
Be
We'll have to
careful.
find out whether or not this stuff here
Don't
will
ruin
actually
your
light.
table. Yeah.
It's starting to burn.
I pulled him out about 11 past 10, 11 past 8, and I was in recovery by 9.
Yeah, okay? Just watch. It's just a combination of what we're going to do.
It's starting to change, is it? Taking
But Mummy's been
take time.
Yeah, just a second. She'll be right.
This is a bit like that Zappa bottle
No zappers.
on the
really dark.
internet. He sells these. They're charged water.
Yeah, Les Banky.
If you touch it, you kill it. But if you don't touch it, it'll charge itself up and you'll get a 1/4 inch spark the first time.
See, this doesn't light. This is drinkable water. Do you understand? You want to taste it off the table? That's what we've done. So on. So it's a way of doing things.
Is this cell water?
Don't touch that one.
Is it?
Is it what?
Is
That's
it
the normal
out of a
water.
cell? Has it been in a
Yeah, this one has been in a cell and back out again.
Don't
Pure,
mix
it's normal, drinkable
Don't mix your
water.
lids up.
It's still going.
I'm not going. It doesn't matter.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
not
care
gonna
because I'll charge the other one. I don't give a damn. It will not light or do anything else until there's a combination. I'm just showing you that this stuff here.
Lights that.
Is that about?
Jeez.
Do you want to see the whole lot?
You ruin your table.
It won't burn the table. Won't burn the table.
Wow, that's incredible.
I'll leave it burn all the way. The damn thing will just burn. It'll stink because it's had a match to it now.
The smile's back there.
Wow.
Jeez. What if you drank that, Joe? That water without it on fire?
Look.
Would that have healing powers?
Is that similar to what this guy's doing in New Zealand, where he's running his motorbike on charged water?
Drink.
Yeah, I'll drink it.
Hey, I'll
Well, you
drink
did it first. It's
Oh,
all right.
is that the first one?
That's
I'll
the first
drink
one.
it.
Yes,
No,
not
I'll
the
drink it.
second one. No,
I'll drink it. So the table won't burn.
Well, it might eventually.
If you don't put the charge into it,
Good party trick. How can we make that
this
charge?
will all,
How can we make the charge one?
this will all burn away. Okay, it's water. It's water.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Can I do it?
How do we make the charge run, Joe?
Do you know what it won't do, bud? This will not fire in an engine.
No.
It burns out here, but it won't fire inside an engine. And all I took, as you
That
see,
is
took a little bit,
amazing.
and you couldn't hide it or anything else. You can't set fire to it. You just need to put a 4-way charge to it because everything
That would be a
on
good
Earth needs
party
4
trick.
plus
You can
number
set
on
it
it.
up.
As soon as you do 4 frequencies into it, it winds up the frequencies.
What's the voltage?
Doesn't have to be. It could be 4 volts, it could be 13 volts, it could be 12 volts, it could be flaming, it could be 50 volts, it could be anything else. It's not that. It's the alignment of how many times you touch it.
Oh, 4 times you touched, I see.
4 times you touch it.
So that was
Turn it
a
to
bit of
wine,
charged
did he?
water out of his cell, wasn't
When
it?
you get a charge cell, we'll try that.
So that fire's just water. I never knew fire could burn on water.
That is truly, that's worth a trip by itself, isn't
That's
it?
worth trying. Or showing to you.
What do you think, Len?
That was just turning water into burnable alcohol.
Why?
So you're not
Same as
ionising
what-
the water.
Same as what Jeeves has done, and that thing what you hang on to there, you can't feel a single thing.
No, it's only 30, yeah, 30
And
volts.
if
Hey, you never know.
if you drink this, taste that, you can taste that water on there and everything on your hands. It's absolutely just water. And it didn't like beforehand until. And if you got close to it and tapped it or touched it, you will kill it.
Yeah.
And you just stand back and I put the 4 charges to it. We light it, and it wasn't hard. I let the stuff that you drank, I tipped on the table, and it all burned, didn't it?
It all burns.
It all burned
And
away.
how come the fire didn't, how come the fire didn't go
It
out?
helps having some charged water. I mean, could have you
No,
taken
no, 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 no. So you
uncharged
can
water would
play
have
all.
taken longer.
You can play no. You can play as much as you like, as long as you like, and everything else. With any other spoons or any other metals or anything else, you will not get it to light. Silver puts out a frequency. The charge put out a frequency. Those two aligned and everything else will set fire, and you can burn a whole lot away. Drinkable water is turned into something which can burn.
Yeah, it's quite amazing.
Do you mean you actually touched that fire?
So that was charged
You saw
cell,
me.
charged cell
It was
water.
on my
Is
hands.
that similar how you did the experiment with the balloon?
Same virtual principle.
Took the water out of the...
Just the charge, which you can't see straight on that there, you saw the charge, but on the balloon we just took the battery, the jumper leads, which you can't see, put on each side of the flaming rubber insulation balloon, and they drank all the water first. There was only 1 bottle, they had all the drink around, then we poured about a quarter of a teaspoon into the balloon, blew the balloon up with a bit of air, put the charge on the sides, nothing happened, no sparks, no nothing, and then we lit it.
I
It's on
believe
video.
some people drink this cell water.
It was fantastic.
It's good for them, you mean?
How many of each kind of animal did Noah take into the ark?
Then why do you make that?
Did you know what God's numbers are? God's numbers are 7s. God does things in exactly.
That's
What's 2
amazing.
7s? What's 2 7s?
But John, I
Nobody's
got...
ever said that he took 14 animals of each kind into the boat. Go and look in Genesis. Go and look in Genesis chapter 7, verse 2. And you will find, of all clean beasts thou shalt take to thee by 7 a male and his female. That's 7 males, 7 females. How many's that? Yeah, there you go.
That's more
Just
than...
learn something.
But question,
That means the boat's bigger.
if 7 is the number of God, why does the dragon have 7 heads?